But let's move on. It is time for one of my new favorite segments on the show, and I got some good ones today. Overreaction Monday. It's our third edition of this. I've got a say it was Mexican World War III. That's hilarious. I have a couple overreactions for y'all. I want to know what y'all thoughts of it, and then we'll go to y'all overreactions, man. My first one, I hate to say this, man. Justin Fields is a career backup. I feel that that's just kind of what it is. We've pretty much all been guaranteed that Russell Wilson will be starting next week. I think they pretty much let that cat out the bag during the broadcast. I don't know if y'all heard it. It feel like Mike Tirico is basically told by Mike Tomlin that, yeah, if Russ is ready to go Sunday, he's going to be the starter.
Yep.
I love Justin to death. I really do. I'm a Justin guy. But it's somebody tweeted yesterday, oh, Justin's really a good QB now. I'm like, my nigga, are you watching the game? I've seen this game more times than I can count in his 3 years in Chicago. A couple highs, a lot of lows. The boy just don't know how to hold on to the ball. It just don't know how to hold on to the ball. And like for whatever reason, even if he gets the fumble back, he just don't know how to hold on the ball. He's lucky that the Dallas Cowboys secondary has Butterfingers. They dropped about 4 picks yesterday. And I think that for him in these games, he was going to have to be not picture perfect, but it had to be a clear distinction between him and Russ for them not to go back to Russ. Whatever you want to say about Russ, he's tough, he's falling off, and I do believe he's falling off. I don't think there's that big of a difference between Russ and Justin. I said at the beginning of the season that I would have started Russ to begin the year, but Russ got hurt in camp. I think that, there's sometimes the ball comes out a little bit too late. Russ, you're basically getting the same thing, but I think it's a little bit more polished than Justin Fields. Russ didn't have a bad year last year. It just wasn't a good team. So I feel like if the difference is this, the Steelers aren't going to just let Russ sit on the bench, let this former Super Bowl champion, maybe Hall of Famer, just sit on the bench and not give him a shot. If you give Russ a shot and he fails, you can go back to Justin. He's the younger quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like this happened for them in the best way to see what they have from Justin before going to Russ. Now, I think that I'm not saying that Justin can't be a starter, but if your team out there looking for a quarterback, there's going to be 3 or 4 quarterbacks that a lot of people are going to be trying to get next year. There's vets. I don't know 100% if they're the starting position for him in the league. And I feel like if Russ comes out and plays the same way he's playing and plays a little bit better, Justin might be a career backup. Bang, you think what I'm saying is overreaction?
No, I do not think it's an overreaction. In fact, I had that thought since last season. Justin is somebody that I hope succeeds, but so yeah, man.
It stinks. We got to keep it real.
It stinks, but okay, I'll say it like this, man. It depends on who's the coordinator. I feel like if Justin gets one more season under Arthur Smith, he'll be okay. You still got to break out of those. I think Justin is a victim of the worst time in recent memory when it comes to the NFL. You did okay last season, but your team got the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
You're doing okay this season, and you should beat out Russell Wilson, but you'll be a free agent next season. And we ain't trying to pay you all that. So we might mess around and let both of y'all go. So,
right.
Yes. And if he goes to another team, like what team could he go to? Could he go to the Raiders? Like the Raiders is literally
you see Mark Davis giving googly eyes to Shedeur Sanders at the AC game?
He got to get there though.
Yeah,
he got to get there though. So the Raiders is the only team that I could see Justin with and having some.
Then he got to play with Lou Getson. And that's the problem right there. And I also want to say that I thought it was very interesting. I don't know if y'all heard his podcast. When he was on a podcast, I think it was one of the Pouncey's. Was it one of the Pouncey brothers? Are them niggas still on the team? I don't know. But some light skinned nigga on
No, Cam Hayward.
That Cam Hayward. That's who it was. Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward. And he said that Arthur Smith called him a running back when they played the Falcons when he's with the Bears. I thought that was kind of funny. And very interesting that he's his coach now. But Dante, do you think of what I'm saying is an overreaction?
No, I don't think it's an overreaction. I think Justin is unfortunately been pushed into a situation where his last year with the Bears is going to be his situation in every team he goes to. Where it's like, if you don't show us you the guy, we're going to move on. Like, just flat out. Like, if you don't shock and awe us or have a lot of games where it's really clear as day, like, okay, Justin is the guy, then there's always going to be competition. And he hasn't shown that so far. I think he had an opportunity to build off some good games, and he had, a pretty mediocre game against Dallas. It was the same Justin we've seen for 4 years. So it's one of those things where I'm not surprised that, we're probably going to see Russell Wilson just to see what he can give that team. Because like you said, it's a lot easier to bench Russ and go back to Justin than it is to do the exact opposite. So it is what it is. It's kind of, it's unfortunate. We've all rooted for him and wanted to see him succeed. But right now, because of everything he's done up until this point, because of his resume, he's going to be seen as a guy that has to perform at a good or better level every week before he officially gets that, okay, he's our starter now.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. My next one, I don't care what the stats say. I don't care how much money he got paid. You can't fool me, my nigga. If real niggas know what they looking at, and Jordan Love is actually mid. I'm sorry. That nigga is being protected by Matt LaFleur.
And that
defense. I didn't know that Matt LaFleur was like that. I thought Matt LaFleur was a product of Aaron Rodgers. I was wrong. I've never seen somebody scheme up wide receivers being overland. That boy mid. I'm sorry. There was some throws yesterday in that Rams game where I was like, "Cap, nigga, do you know we can see you?" Like it was just not good. This whole season, it just looked like there's something not there. And you take away the little 5-game stretch he had towards the end of the season, this is pretty much how he's played. I'm not thinking he's a bad quarterback. I don't think he's a good quarterback. I'm not even really mad at them paying him because of today's NFL. If you're paying off what you think he can be, and if you've got a somewhat okay quarterback, you're not gonna let him walk. But the nigga's not. He's mid. He's not somebody who is going to win a game because of himself. I think that when it's all said and done, that he's not like y'all can stop with the Brett Favre, the Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Love montage. I think it's a lot. That's my second overreaction. And Jordan Love is actually mid. Bang, what do you think about that?
I think he's being protected by a good coach and that defense. I was looking at that game yesterday, and he was erratic. He's erratic. And that pick six he threw was one of the worst pick sixes I've seen in recent memory. But what Green Bay has is an amazing defense. I did not realize how good that defense was. I didn't realize how big of an addition that Xavier McKinney was. That defense is good. So as long as that defense is there, he's going to get the ball, and they're going to get him right. If you put Jordan Love in another situation, you've wasted the money that you signed him. So, no, I believe he's mid too. He's showing you what coaching can do for you.
Him and Sam Darnold, we'll get into that division in a minute. Dante, do you think what I'm saying is off base? Do you think Jordan Love is mid, or I'm just being a Bears fan?
I think we felt this way since last year. Like, you have a great coach and you have a great scheme. It makes players look a lot better than what they really are. And I think this is a situation where I don't think this is much of Jordan Love's fault, but because this is what Green Bay has done. When you're able to sit a guy down for 3 years and say, "Hey, bro, just learn this system. Like, just don't worry about nothing else. You're not gonna play. We got a guy here who's gonna play. Just learn the system." Jordan Love was always gonna come onto the field and at least be competent. Like he was always gonna be that because he's had time to literally just sit there and learn the system. But when it's time to go above and beyond and do those extra plays, he relies a lot on what Matt can do for him. What's being drawn up, what can be coached up for him. So I mean, I'm not gonna knock him for that, but I think he's definitely protected by the fact that he has a head coach that always puts him in the best position to succeed, because most quarterbacks don't have that.
Definitely. I've got two more before I go to y'all. If y'all have any, this one I bring a lot of pride in. This made me very happy when I wrote this down. This list. 2024 Jets Aaron Rodgers is Patrick Ewing on the Orlando Magic. Patrick Ewing on the Seattle Supersonics is who Aaron Rodgers is. I don't know if y'all watched that game yesterday because it came on so early, but that nigga stank. I can't tell you the last time I saw Aaron Rodgers throw 3 interceptions. It probably could have threw 4. If you look at what Aaron has been, the numbers of the CU, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, 4 picks. I know what that nigga looks like when he's on. I know what he looks like when he's cooking. He looks old. That knee has no movement whatsoever. Shaq on the Celtics, yes. Shaq on the Boston Celtics. Shaq on the Cleveland Cavaliers. John Starks on the Bulls. Like, we can be here all day with niggas who's on
Dennis Rodman on the Mavs.
Dennis Rodman on the Mavericks, bro. Like, just bad. And I think that it's finally over. And this is also what kind of goes with what you were saying on Friday, Bang, was as much as Devontae wants to play with Aaron, I might want to play with him. He's not the same guy anymore, and he could probably leave. And then you're going to be stuck with Carson Beck or whoever else they're going to have in there. I think Aaron Rodgers is Seattle Supersonics Patrick Ewing. Bang, do you agree with me?
He is Orlando Magic Sean Kemp. That's where he at right now, fam. We can keep this going, Jack. He's Scottie Pippen on his second leg of the Bulls. Right?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's that, fam. It is a wrap. It is. Oh, what is this? Numbers in your pocket. I remember when you used to throw those things away. It is over. I watched that game and I said he getting his ass beat. He can't move. They threw that one touchdown before halftime. The announcers, the Rich Eisen and them got a little bit geek, like, oh, okay. But no, it is OV. If I am Mike Greenberg, I'm like, damn, I was excited about this motherfucker. Like, no, I saw a stat, and I don't know if this is right because it was on the meme, so I don't know. But I saw something that said that in the same amount of games last year compared to this year, it is the same between what Aaron did this year and what Zach Wilson did last year. It is a wrap, G. That shit, he almost died. He was on that sideline crawling, Jack. And here's what makes me upset about this Jet shit. Everybody is blaming Robert Salah. Nigga, it is the offense that is Huff. It is head coach Nate Hackett.
Nathaniel Hackett.
And Aaron Rodgers and that offense that's terrible. That team wouldn't be shit if it wasn't for Robert Salah and that defense. That nigga that Aaron Rodgers wanted, and Aaron Rodgers is the reason why that team is Huff. Nigga, why Breece Hall wasn't in that motherfucking game doing what? Nigga, Breece Hall disappeared, my G. That shit is over. It is a wrap. Aaron, go take
he can't even be a family man because his family don't like him.
Man, he can't be a family. He ain't got no family. He ain't got no bitch. He ain't got shit. He can't get no ass. He just gonna be in a dark ass cabin.
That nigga fumbled in the NFC Championship game and fumbled Olivia Munn in one calendar year.
Yeah. He just gonna be in some goddamn rural area of California eating some mushrooms that's going to make him remember when he actually won the Super Bowl damn near 15 years ago. This shit's a wrap, nigga. That is a wrap.
Alex, you having 112 memories, numbers in pocket that used to hurt me back in the day. Funny thing about this video, hey, them niggas were singing in front of a Waffle House. But Dante, is Rodgers washed?
Yeah, that was actually my overreaction for the week. He's done. He's Huff. Like, he's terrible. I'm not gonna lie. When he got rolled over, I thought it was done, but
I'm
he
sorry,
went
I
to
had
the
a sick smile on my face when I saw that.
he,
Like
he
I was in that booth looking like there's something wrong with me.
he definitely hobbled to the sideline, popped another perk, and came back out there. But yeah, it's over with for this guy. I don't think trading for Devontae Adams is gonna save him. I think it's one of those things where it's like the age, the injury you suffered, and then trying to come back. It's like, yeah, you were once, he's still one of the greatest ball play in terms of ball placement and throwing the ball and everything he could do on the field. That's not deniable, but it's done. It's over with. It's time to go. I can't say be a family man because his family hates him, but it's time to go home. Go figure some shit out, bro. Go back to your little dark hole.
Your ass
Take
better
some
go on Maury.
ashwagandha.
That's what it is. Ashwagandha. That nigga got to go on Maury and work it out with his family. That's what the fuck he got to do, nigga.
But yeah, I think it's over with for Aaron.
There you go. Aaron gonna be on Jennifer Hudson.
Don't they got a Netflix doc coming out about this nigga in a couple of weeks too? Yeah. Oh, that nigga's watching at the perfect time.
Yeah, that nigga, you watch when you got a documentary coming out when you still playing. All right, that's when you know that it's coming up, man. But final one for me, and then if y'all got anything we'll add it. This one's actually, I think it's a good overreaction.
Oh, I got a good one. I got a good one. I'm full delusion on mine.
I'm looking forward to that one. This one I think is a good one for Bears fans and Commanders fans. We are overreaction. We are watching the next Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning with Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. We keep hearing all these conversations. Who's better? Who's better? Who said there can't be two great quarterbacks? Who said we're not watching a generational battle between these dudes that's going to start in a couple weeks in Landover, Maryland, in the worst stadium in the NFL? Who says that both teams? Who says that the Commanders ain't got that guy? Who said that we ain't got that guy? Who said this won't be the NFC Championship game in 2-3 years? Maybe we are watching the beginning of a budding rivalry. And if anybody remembers that, I know there's a lot of kids out there who don't remember that right. It's two parts of the rivalry. There's the first part of the rivalry where Brady and them was getting up in Manning. I remember that cold AFC Championship game where Peyton Manning threw 3 picks to Ty Law. 3. I remember Teddy Bruschi walking around thinking he Brian Urlacher, talking about they can't beat us. I don't care how good he is. Like, maybe that's it. Maybe that's what we're watching. We arguing with each other about it. Maybe we're watching the beginning of a rivalry here where both of these guys are fighting for the NFC Championship, fighting for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Maybe that's what we're watching. I think from the progression we've seen from Jaden, I don't care if he's doing it against bum teams. He's looking well. You know what I'm saying? He said Daniels Brady. And we don't know that. We're putting too much dip on. I think Caleb is Tom Brady. And who knows? Maybe that's what I think. Bang, am I tripping here?
No, I wouldn't use Men and Brady yet. Like, a nigga gotta win some shit. But definitely, I mean, if we matter of fact, I'll give you one right here. If we talking about two quarterbacks who might be cold, but they ain't win shit yet, this might be goddamn Dan Marino versus Jim Kelly. I'll put him in that shit.
Okay.
Them niggas ain't won shit, all right? So I don't want to put way too much dip on a motherfucking chip. But if we want to put it in its proper perspective, I'll put Dan Marino versus Jim Kelly, except they ain't in the same division. Look, two young QBs that's out here getting it and everything, and it looks like they're going to have a great future in this league. But I don't want to put anything revolving around somebody who's won a Super Bowl yet with these two. But two quarterbacks who definitely did their thing in the NFL and in their own right are icons and legends in the sport is Dan Marino. Dan Marino might be the greatest quarterback of all time, the best thrower of the football. And the only reason why he's not talked about with other people is because he didn't win a ring. He went to one Super Bowl and that was lost it to Joe Montana. And that was like in his second season.
That launched Montana. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'll put that in that perspective, but we got two young quarterbacks who I think is going to be around for a long time, and I'm excited. Plus, a very underrated part about this too, and shouts out to one of my OGs out there in DC, Doc Walker, former member of the Washington Redskins, a part of the Hogs and all of that stuff. Low key, Chicago and Washington is a rivalry in the 80s.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
that is 100%. Doc could come to my office, Chicago, Chi-Town. Hate them Bears. Man, anytime we played them, when we played them, we wanted to give it to them. Matter of fact, if I can remember this correctly, OG mine, Walter Payton's last game as a Chicago Bear is a playoff loss to the Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
The team of the 80s was supposed to be the Bears. Washington could have been the team of the 80s because they got two titles and 3 Super Bowl appearances, I believe it was, in the 80s. It turns out to be the San Francisco 49ers. But that team, those two teams right there, when they play each other, they don't like each other. Bring it back to the 80s, Jack.
There we go. Dante, what you think, man? Are we wilding?
No. I think it's really more than anything. We are thirsty for that next great quarterback matchup. Like we lived on these matchups, dog. Like I remember,
we thirsty to be a part of it.
I mean that goes without saying, but it's in terms of like having 2 great quarterbacks in the same division that we look forward to those matchups. So it's like, okay, no, they finna go at it. They really finna get it in. Like I remember those Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning AFC championships. Like that was must see TV. Like you cleared out your Sunday afternoon because we about to watch Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. Like,
Shane, you're wrong.
Huh?
Shane said the NFC never had a Tom and Peyton type of rivalry. Shit.
Who was that? Who was in the NFC?
Oh, shit. Troy Aikman versus Steve Young.
Yeah.
Troy Aikman versus Brett Favre. That's at one point. Phil Simms versus Joe Montana was at some point. Shit.
Yeah, but no, I think it has the potential to be there. It's still early, but the potential is there.
Bang, hit us with your overreaction.
Hey, man, I just let y'all know how full delusional I am. Gervon Dexter Sr. will be in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. He got 4 sacks already as a 3-tech D tackle. He get the 8. Conversations will be had with Gervon Dexter Sr. being in Defensive Player of the Year conversation. Who in the NFC right now, defensive player, has been dominating?
Yeah, that's a good point. We don't have Aaron Donald here.
Right. So as a 3-tech D tackle with 4 sacks already, I believe that he leads the NFL. He leads interior linemen in the NFL with sacks right now. He's going to be in that conversation this year if he continues doing what he is doing. Gervon Dexter has 4. He's around the ball heavy. You hear him. The Bears has a top 10 defense right now. If he get the 8, watch what happens.
I think it's a slight overreaction, but I like it. I like what I've seen from Gervon Dexter. He had a great training camp. Everybody's saying if he can step up, then it's to take this Bears defense to the next level. And he's been doing that. So I think the Defensive Player of the Year until TJ Watt dies is going to be probably his.
No, you got AFC and NFC.
They do? It's separate?
You have a Defensive Player of the Year award in the NFC.
I don't think they got separate Defensive Player.
No, they give them awards, Jack. So and still, even still, as a D tackle, this is meant to be an overreaction. But as a D tackle, once you get to 8-9,
it's a conversation.
I didn't say he's gonna win it.
It's a conversation.
I said conversation.
Dante, do you have a overreaction before we wrap this up?
No, I don't. You took one of mine. So.
My fault. My fault.
So we are A-okay.
That is today's edition of Overreaction Monday.
So cool. Triple double hat trick, I know the code too. Ice trade, go for trade, yeah we cold too. Getting paper on these player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not